Alrighty, Chad, welcome back to Good Movie Monday. How are you, mate?
A pleasure and greetings to you down under, my friend.
So you and I have been chatting on and off, I guess, for a couple of years now, and I would just like to begin by reassuring Sony that no matter how much I picked your brain after receiving news of Part 9 being made, you gave me nothing. You didn't let up.
NDA lifestyle, my friend. It's not easy. It's not fun. You get excited about these projects, whether it's a sniper film, a Call of Duty, whatever else. You want to just go blab it to the world.
Yeah.
I don't even tell my mom, Glenn.
Yeah.
So don't take any offense. If anyone's going to take offense, it's going to be my own mother. But she's cool and she gets it. So, I
Yeah.
pride myself on being a little tight-lipped. But it
No,
makes the
it's a
surprise that much sweeter, huh?
It's a great thing, mate. It's a great thing. And it's funny because we work in the media down here, so we get the press releases and we got that one. I was like, fucking hell, come on, dude, give me a little bit.
Can't do
but um
French.
but Rogue Mission, mate, this goes into some very, very dark territory. I think even the opening scene alone is shocking. And it's a real old school style of action. Was there a concerted effort to make this one buck the trend or just go that dark?
Yeah, I think there was an overall vision. Our contact at Sony, who helps us out and greenlights these movies, Daniel. He just had a different vision. He said, let's mix it up and let's try to do a trilogy where we, sort of put a different energy and feel. And he brought on Oliver Thompson. Oliver wrote and directed the last one.
Mhm.
Well, this current one, Sniper Rogue Mission, he wrote and produced Assassin's End, but he started to take us off in a new direction. We've kind of established more of a team dynamic and honestly just focusing on different issues, right? Before it was corrupt soldiers gone bad, government conspiracy type things and whatever else. And we launched the snipers around the world to go and soldier on soldier stuff, take out the bad guys. So this one is dealing with definitely some other issues, global issues, but we tackle it in a completely different way. And that I think that was a conscious move to take things in that direction and try it on for size.
For sure. And this is the first installment without either Berenger or Zane. And it amazingly doesn't suffer at all without them. Was everyone confident going into this without those names involved?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm literally a gun for hire. So, when I get the script, when I have those first conversations, they're not telling me in advance. I'm not a part of their planning, So I'm just
Yeah.
happy to still be included. So it's a surprise and it's certainly a departure. For
Yeah.
longtime sniper fans, they're always used to one or the other. Sometimes both when we're lucky to get them both. But they wanted to take it a different direction and see what they could do with that. I think we pulled it off. I think we obviously got Dennis Haysbert in there, who's been with us before, who's a powerhouse and such a fantastic actor. And so, we do miss Tom and Billy because, I love those guys. Fantastic, classic legend actors in their own right. But, I think that was part of their vision is to, let's see if we can't, throw the life raft out there and see if we can survive, without those heavy hitters on the
Yeah.
franchise. So, but,
Well,
it's film, Glenn. Never say never. You never
well,
know.
but I mean, long-serving fans like myself should be rest assured that this just works without them and doesn't need them. I guess their presence is felt anyway because of is a sniper franchise. But you do have the return of Lady Death, which is Sakara Enomoto. I don't know how to pronounce her name. um,
Sayaka Akimoto, yeah.
there we go, and Zero, which is Ryan Robbins, and not to mention Dennis Hayes. But as you said, I think this new form of ensemble that you've got for the last two films and going forward kind of substitutes the lack of those two previous guys. Like it is a really formidable team that you've got going here. Do you have a great rapport in general?
Yeah, and that's something that I think they really wanted to push for. Is like, what if we had a team dynamic?
Mm,
Because so many of my co-stars over the years, they're one-offs in each of the movies. What if we had, a team that really sticks together, works as a unit, and does a different kind of missions? And I think that was all part of, but their design. And I really feel like it helped a lot. Sniper Rogue Mission, you see, Brandon and Zero are buddies.
yeah,
They have beers after work, and
yeah.
they both made it out alive, which is also crucial to having a friendship ongoing. So I really think it lends to some of the comedic elements, some of the banter, some of the buddy cop stuff that Oliver is so good at, writing, so good at executing it. So I thought it was just it was a pleasure to do,
Yeah.
and you couldn't ask for better, more talented co-stars than Ryan, Sayaka, and Dennis to be able to play with that. And of course, we introduced Josh Brunner, who has
Yeah.
a incredible, comedic background, who's just, brought it as Intelligence Pete. So that had a really fun wrinkle as well.
It really took me by surprise how funny you guys were able to make this, given how sinister and dark the material is, and that's where I feel like it's a throwback movie, because that's what they used to do in the 80s and the 70s, and that's what I took from it.
And I think that's in a weird way, it's expected. You've got lifelong soldiers who are used to risking their life every time they accept and step into a mission.
Yeah.
The gallows humor, the Butch and Sundance stuff, like that just kind of comes with the territory. How else are you going to compartmentalize and deal with that, show up for your job the next day, unless you can have some brevity? And I think that there is a juxtaposition there where it's like, well, the subject matter is a bit dark, the issue is really tragic, but at the same time, you're in it, and you can only focus on what you can control and try to stay alive and complete the mission and do the best you can. So I think that lends itself to that gallows humor that you gotta have, or else you'll go insane.
Totally. And Brandon, your character sports a different look in nearly every film. I'm wondering, is that a case of the producers sort of going along with whatever hairstyle you've got going at the moment, or is it something in the script where Brandon does appear a bit different?
I think that there is an idea that Oliver has in his head. And Oliver's done movies like Welcome to Happiness, Nick
Yeah.
Offerman types, the Josh Brenner types, and stuff like that. So I think there is a really fun, quirky, idiosyncratic quality that he has in his mind, and then a lot of that comes out in the outfits. So like you got Zero wearing flannels and New Balance, and it's like, well, that's not what you expect from a hardcore. It's a departure from the all black, kind of turtleneck kind of look thing.
Yeah.
So I love how he mixes it up, and I like how there's almost like a plainclothes element to these elite soldiers, because look, if you're off the books and you are truly going rogue, it's you probably want to blend it a little bit instead of strap it in with your cargo pants and your military garb. So, but I think it speaks to Oliver's sensibilities, and I liked it personally. I got to run around in a Pendleton jacket and Pendleton vest, and that's one of my favorite brands in real life. So it was really fun and very cool to be able to do.
Awesome. And last time that you were on the show, you were here to chat about Assassin's End. And when I asked you if there was, another chapter on the way, you gave me the same line. You said, "Oh, it's above my pay grade. I have no idea." And now here we are talking about it. But in this instance, there is another installment on the way, a part 10. Can you give us anything on that?
They made it very clear that, like, hey, not only do we want to put it out there that we're making another one, but we're making another one right away. And
Yeah.
I literally just got back from filming it. So I can't give away too many details, but and I don't know how much I want to spoil here in the interview.
That's
but if
okay.
you watch the post-credit scene in Sniper Rogue Mission, it kind of hints that you're going to see the team back together again, possibly in a bigger, better way. So
Amazing.
that's kind of what Sniper 10 is about, is a continuation of the old Brit gang, so to speak, and what we do. So it's going to be more revealed, what we're up to, how we do things, where we operate from, and what our next mission is.
That's very exciting. And did I hear you correctly before you said it's a new trilogy? Does that mean
Not a new trilogy, but I think that I think the vision was, and I can't speak for them
Sure.
themselves, but the big, I think, trilogy for Sony and for Oliver Thompson and his involvement in this was to really create kind of a set of 3 movies within the franchise itself and take it in a new direction. And technically, I think Sniper 10 would be the completion of that trilogy. Whether that gets extended and goes on in that vein, in that direction, remains to be seen. But like I said, above my pay grade, it's one movie at a time for me, and I'm always just thrilled to be able to hop back in the saddle behind scope as Brandon.
Okay, just to frustrate you a little bit, just another above your pay grade question. You're welcome to deflect this one if you'd like. So in today's day and age of TV streaming, and event television series and movie to TV adaptations, do you see this franchise getting that treatment? I'm surprised that Sony haven't pushed it in that direction so far?
I think that it makes sense, right? It makes sense on paper.
Yeah.
But I think it's so much more complicated when you get at that big corporate, studio level.
Yeah.
On one hand, we keep making them and they keep doing well.
Yeah.
So why reinvent the wheel? And there's nothing broken that needs to be fixed. On the other hand, it's like, well, maybe you have stars in your eyes and you want to reinvent this in a brand new way. So I don't know if those conversations have had happen. It's really easy for me and other people to be like, why don't they turn this into a series? Because, we're selfish. We're like, well, instead of a one-off movie, we'd love to have 12 episodes a year, So there's a lot of self-interest in that perspective.
I'm a traditionalist and I'm happy that it hasn't gone in that direction yet. Doesn't mean I wouldn't watch it if it did, but I like these films. I like the fact that they are movies and you can put them in your collection or, however you watch them. And these tickle my fancy, mate. And it's always a fantastic moment to have a chat with you about them. I feel very lucky to do so. And I won't hold you up for much more time, but much appreciated. And I can't wait to see the next one and hopefully we can chat again about that.
Yeah, and just to be clear, Glenn, I know, because I never know when these movies appear internationally.
Yeah.
And I believe that it is out or it is coming out in Australia soon.
It is already out. It is
out. Okay. So
yes.
It is somewhat recently out.
Yes.
Because it's hard to keep track, The internet surprises me, December 1st, Sniper Rogue Mission is coming to Netflix US, which is a brand new deal for us. And I never know until somebody flags it for me or I see it on the internet somewhere else. So it's hard to keep up, but I'm glad that they're really, rolling these out kind of simultaneously across all territories in the US. So hopefully Australian audiences are digging it. And we should have a next one out for you by next summer.
Mate, I've been talking about this one for months now, so I'll be talking about the next one too.
Yeah, we've been chatting.
All right, take it easy, mate. Thank you so much.
Oh, always appreciate you, Glenn. Thank you.
There's a crooked federal agent helping a sex trafficker smuggle women into the country, but he's watching our every move.
Feds are 30 minutes out. We need to move now.
Someone tipped them off. The place is empty.
Our resources are compromised. Sneaking these women in is a lot easier if you have a border patrol chief in your pocket.
Have you lost your mind? You don't just arrest him on a hunch.
It was more than a hunch.
Shut up.
Stay in your lane, Sergeant. There are protocols. I am so happy to find you alive.
They killed everyone but me, and now they want me dead because I can identify every last one of them.
Look the other way.
This is an ask for forgiveness, not permission situation.
What are you suggesting?
We will see our old friend.
I see you too. Wait.
What do you want?
We need you.
They need your help so that these animals can't do it to another group of girls.
What's the plan?
We need anything you can find on the location, date, time, where and when they're bringing
I have a text thread with an address to a shipping yard, shipping container ID, etc. Will that do?
I never show off, aren't you?
Okay. Let's get to work.
I don't have to look the other way. I've got nothing to lose.
Ready or not, here I come.
Just breathe.